Hi you guys. I'm making this video kind of later in the day, so it's going to be short because my husband's going to be calling soon. So the point is, I want to talk about don't be a Jonah. And the Lord really, I was struggling with should I obey God, or should I maybe just do my own thing and not worry about everybody telling me what to do. Kind of rebellious too, a little bit. This past weekend, I guess. And I was doing my dishes, and the Lord's like, "Oh, don't be a Jonah." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Don't be a Jonah." He's like, "What? How did Jonah? What? Tell me about the story of Jonah." And I was like, "God, you already know about the story of Jonah. He didn't obey you. He went his own way." And the Lord's like, "Oh, don't be a Jonah." And he's like, "I want you to read the book of Jonah." So I did. I only got where God told him to go to one city, but he fled and went to another one. And then he got on a boat, and we all know the story. The boat sank, and he ended up in a belly of a well. And he finally prayed his way out of the belly of the well and went into the city God told him to go to the first time. To make the long story and book short. And when he went to where God, at the end of the story, they had a great revival. A lot of people got to know what God wanted them to know. And you know, so many times we think, well, I want to do my own thing. I don't want people to tell me what to do. I don't want people, a lot of people, we can get that way. And my husband's like, "Why do you want to even think that way? Why would you think that way?" And I was like, the flesh wants its own way. And, so many times we can be a Jonah in our lives and not really do what God tells us to do, or stay out of situations that God says, "You can't go there, you can't go back, you can't go back to those people group, or you can't go here to see your friends, or you can't do this, or you can't do that." It's not because he's mean. It's because he can see ahead of what's not good for us. But a lot of times the flesh wants its own way, and we have to submit to God because God can see ahead. Maybe, lately I've been feeling like I've been in a refining fire. And people say, "Oh, I love the fire of God." Well, things come up, like being a Jonah, when you have the fire of God on your life. And it's not a bad thing, but I don't really like being in the boiling pot, if you want to call it that. But you know what? God knows best. And we can be a Jonah, and God will let us be a Jonah. We have free will. But, when God says don't be a Jonah, you better listen to what God says, or you might end up in a belly of a well. Not maybe physically, but maybe mentally, or emotionally, or physically. And I told God, my heart and everything wants to go to this other place, And God's like, "Don't be a Jonah. Just don't go there." And I was like, "Yeah, but my heart." And He was like, "Just sit and rest." I'm in the season of sitting and resting. And today I even had a dream where, I was in a school setting, but the doors were locked. but the one downstairs, which led outside, but I would have to go all the way around. But the door I wanted to go through was locked, but other people could go through that door. There's seasons in our life that God says, you have to stay here, but other people can go through it, and sometimes we can get jealous and say, yeah, but why do they get the benefits and I have to stay like in this place? Well, maybe God wants to teach you and me something in that season of resting or being in the season He's called us to be in. So basically, that's all I have to say. And if you're struggling with being a Jonah, like I am, just I encourage you to read the book of Jonah and let God really talk to you. Okay, that's it, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.